Right, hello once again YouTube. Oh, sorry for the very loud birds. Welcome back to some more Factorio. It's been a little while since I played. Sorry the recording's been a bit thin on the ground lately. I actually got a new job as of a couple of weeks ago. I haven't actually had my first day there yet, but by the time I've been doing like prep stuff and also just had other bits and pieces on, a couple of birthdays, including my own, it's been a bit busy. Why today I've only got time to record 2 bits and the depth subs catch up, although there will be some more Sel-Mounta to go up as well, so there should still be some content for a bit. So, I need to try to remember what on earth I was doing now. I believe, did we get blue science up? Or were we working on blue science? It looks like we were working on it. I believe that was the next thing to do. I don't know whether it actually started yet. Yes, the extremely loud birds. We could do a stocking up on a bit of steel and copper, I think. A bit of extra iron as well, because you never know when you're going to need it. Yeah, steel production is looking a little lacking at the moment, I'm not going to lie. Copper's looking alright, though. Yeah, am I right in thinking we have like one... Yeah, this set of furnaces here is making steel, and that's about it. That might be something we have to improve at some point. Leaving the ship there for the visuals. Let's look to see where we're at. Like I say, I have a feeling we'd started on... Next step. We're making... Yeah, that was it. We're making red circuits now. So what are we making here? We've got engines, we've got red circuits. Were we... Yeah, S3. Were we literally at the point now where all we had to do was actually make it? Is that right? Did at least leave myself a reminder. So we need advanced circuits and engines, which we're making. We need sulfur. We had a little sulfur plant running. Yeah. Yeah, because you don't need very much, so... I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, these were enough to run it on its own. I guess we were making efficiency modules for the oil processing. Yeah, because we did our big, like, eco and power efficiency setup thing. Yeah, I'm gonna run them over to here, and we'll get the tier 3 science coming together. Sorry about the short delay. I have to try and remind myself even where I actually was on all this. Right. Still. That might even have been while I was down there. I might have been checking what was going on with the steel. The samurais were getting some in, but it's kind of slow. Be a bit careful to not use it too quickly. Right, and try to look into improve it. I'll try to remember rather to look into improving it later. We're going to need a blue belt to get under these. Blue belt? Red belt even. Hope we don't need a blue belt. That's going to be a problem. There are blue belts, but we are not there yet. That said, if we're on tier 3 science, I don't think we're too far off now. Engine block table. Let's put those that way. What do we need the most of with these? Where's science? Circuits. So if we combine the sulfur and the circuits onto... Or sulfur and the engine blocks onto one line. There, then we go straight to the side and then connect them right up. Okay. Some damage there, that's fine. Actually, is that something damaged outside of repair range? Is that why I'm getting the warning? No, that definitely should be in. Not sure what I'm all about there. Oh, we're gonna need 2 more of these. Connect where there's already power as well. It's a shame to wipe out that S3 because it's quite nice, but oh, actually, we could actually avoid that if we change course. Doesn't mean my inventory's gonna have some junk in it, but that's fine. We could potentially use that for handcrafting later. I think you need engine blocks, some stuff like trains anyway, so it saves us having to handcraft them. Right, yeah, if we go up that way instead, I actually quite like to leave that S3 in. Nice little bit of decoration. That should be neat. How many science things have we been doing per tier so far? Any assemblers? 6 on green, 5 on red for some reason, but I think they're faster. Yeah, we'll do 5 here. 1, 2, 3. Make them at the top. Yeah, that is right. I say apologies, it's been a little while since I played Factorio, so I'm just getting back into the swing of things. Which always seems to be the case with them, but with these episodes, but it is how it is. Right. As usual, 2 assemblers on each, one on the way out. It's probably something I should blueprint, this little like assembler setup for 2 belts. Something it makes so often, but yeah, you know what, I might do that actually. Let's do, before we actually put anything on it, so it's still generic, let's do generic print assembler. Oh, then we can make we can churn these out if we need to later with banana bots. Right, and then we want it on science. Then you only have to set what's being made. It's been, it is there again. Let's say we've got to keep an eye on those biters because they are still being a problem. I probably should have connected the output rail to it before I saved the blueprint. Oh well, not worried. I'll probably forget I've got the blueprint if I'm honest, but it's good practice to at least remind you guys to do it. Okay, defense is holding okay, although that turret got a bit mangled, but right, so we've got to now bring the science down here. Oh no, there's space. Space, because the science stuff is down here. Oh. This is the problem. We've now got so many sciences, considering the core of the base is getting awkward to route to them. I guess we could even go... Could go around this side. If we move that one up one, we could go around this side, drop down, drop under here, and then come down and across, and then down and then across. That'll probably work. I think we'll get to the point where we may start having to decentralize it once we get to one of the next key bits of research that'll change the game, but we haven't got to that just yet. But we are close. I think we can actually do it now that we're on blue science. I think we might even have the ingredients for it as well. If you set manufacturing up for them, because we'll need to make them. I'm keeping it vague. Anyone who's played Factorio before already knows what I'm talking about, but there's a big game-changing bit of research we'll get to fairly soon. I might even be tempted to box these. Let's have a box for the spares. So we have a bit of a reserve. They're not expensive. Conveyor belts are not expensive, not tier 1s anyway. Transport belts even. Let's grab a couple of stacks worth. Should be fine. Right. Get all of these assemblers moving again temporarily. Probably upgrade those to blue at some point, but they're kind of fine as they are for now. They're matching pace. I don't think they're any less efficient, they're just slower. Yeah, so you will need to move a little bit. So I need to make space to get the other one past. Go. Oh, I gotta pick some up. My inventory's getting full of clutter again. Right. Oh yeah, right, because I'm not placing tier 2 belt, it didn't automatically do the replacement. Yeah, we'll just run straight down this side for now, and riding around the other bits. Sorry, it's that flipping exclamation mark, I get so paranoid. Oh god, the base is being eaten, and it's like, no, it's probably fine. Well, I mean, it might be being eaten a tiny bit, but like, nothing your turrets can't handle, don't worry about it. I still worry every time anyway. Yeah, let's go. I guess since we've left a nice crossover here, which I'm pretty sure it's meant to be for walking through, but... God, look at those flamethrowers. Oh, mean. That wall of fire does not mess around. Right. Yeah, about to connect up next to the... I was going to say black science. Military science, that's the word. I They are black coloured, but that wasn't what I was thinking of. I think what the actual name was. Come on, that looks... Thank you. I know it doesn't make a difference, but it feels wrong. And... there we go. Yeah, I would do a box to stockpile the military science, but I'm pretty sure that would eat all our steel, because it eats the armor-piercing rounds. Yeah, now is this quite slow? Tier 3. I can't remember exactly how long it takes to make it. I have a feeling it's not very quick. We might even potentially put some upgrade modules in these machines, but I'll have a look. But at any rate, we have Tier 3 science. Look at that. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Look at that. Labs are loaded up. So, we could now pick something a bit bigger to research. Leave time pauses, so we've got set to have a look. So, speed modules could be good if I want to do exactly what I just said and actually speed up that machinery. They will take more power to do that. But we're okay for power at the moment. Other options we've got ducts for high fluid throughput. We've got long inserters, which gives us more options for inserter reach. I think they can reach another block further. They can reach a really long way with the mod that lets you adjust their positioning. Advanced crude oil. So this gives us a more efficient refining process that gets more out of it, but it takes multiple steps. I don't believe we technically need that yet. We will need bits of it because we'll need rocket fuel. Can't remember if rocket fuel itself actually needs it. It does, yeah, because it needs light oil. So we'll need that at some point. I don't know whether it's our first priority. Laser. This gives you exactly what you think. Laser turrets and laser guns. Electric guns as well. Train brakes. Don't really need that at the moment. Electric and energy distribution. This is a good one. This gives us substations and also the modded huge substations. They basically act as a electrical pole, but they have an enormous, sorry, just adjust my headphones, reach. So they power up a huge area of the map. If you see the standard one is 18 and the big one is 25. So they power a large area. It can make it a lot easier. It means you don't have to run electrical poles everywhere. So that's a pretty good one. Coal processing. I think we wanted that for ash, was it? I think we already worked out a way to do that. Or are we doing that manually at the moment? That might be one we have to do. Sorry, just grabbing a drink because it is very hot today. As in, wow, it is hot. Recently, at least. I know it's not that hot for some of you guys out in America. Look at it, you cringe. But for the UK, this is a lot. Yes. Advanced biotech also gives us some very nice stuff. We can effectively grow petroleum gas and light oil. Ooh, that is interesting. We do need some sulfuric acid to make that, do we? Do we get the acid back when we make stuff with it? Do we make stuff with the cellulose? Do we get the acid back? No, we do get a lot of light oil. I have a feeling you can get it... yeah, biosulfur, that was it. Biosulfur is ash and sulfuric acid to make solid sulfur. And I think we could grow this. There it is. Yes, the acid is used to make cellulose, but it's only 10. What is it? It's 10 to 10. But then by feeding 5 of it back in with water and algae, we get 50 out of it. So it's 5 to 1. 5 to 10, 1 to 10, I think. In terms of multiplying the sulfur. So we could do that. That's not a bad bet either. It's a little slow and it requires some interesting recipe chains I don't normally do. There's also that as an option. The bio boiler is as efficient as a normal boiler, but produces 75% less pollution. That could also be a very useful one to have. That just straight up makes our boilers better by not doing as much damage to the environment. Oh yeah, there's biosulfur. Yeah, that's tempting. Seeing as we're again having a bit of problems with biters. We could also make the super fertilizer, which basically adds the algae. The way you make the algae, you make a little bit of it out of fertilizer and water, and then you can grow it. You can do it with just air, or I think you can add, you can add ash to give you a lot more. Much higher yield in a fraction of the time, and then we can make some other bits out of it. So, could be a good option. We'd probably want to do a lot of mass production with that, like producing a huge amount of it. But we can use it for some useful things, and again, we can make the super fertilizer by effectively upgrading the last type of fertilizer with it and some wood pulp. And then we could use that to either run the garden a lot harder, a lot longer. Actually, is it any better or is it just longer? It's just longer. But that could mean we could run like the same amount. Or we could run more for the same amount of input. So I have another big one. Uranium processing. We would need to go down to the nuclear power, which is 800 blue research. It takes a while to research that one and a lot of science packs. Uranium is like very, I guess, non-needy power generation. It's not as dangerous as like the real world one if you don't pay it any attention. Problem is fuel. So we would want not nuclear fuel recovery. What was it? Covarex enrichment? Wait, no, we've got mods. We've got a different fuel chain, haven't we? Yeah, I'm not actually sure. What are our trick for? Is it nuclear breeding? Is that the one? I actually can't remember, you know, because we got a mod that changes up the fuel chain. But basically, there's ways to enrich the fuel. No, is Covarex not here? Hang on, let me just double check. Covarex isn't here. Maybe it isn't. Plutonium from reprocessed waste to create new cells. It might be that. I actually can't remember. I think they've changed it at any rate. There used to be a way where you could enrich the fuel to make more of it. Nox fuel reprocessing. Breed a fuel cell from use that Nox fuel. Yeah, I think you can still recycle it. You just have to do it a bit differently. What else have we got? Advanced material. Electric furnaces. They don't use fuel, which means that you can basically take out the fuel line and fit them in instead. They would require a bit of rejigging, and they are larger. Yet they actually, I don't know that they're actually. Are they actually faster than the steel furnaces? Crafting speed 2. Yeah, they're actually a bit less space efficient, but they accept upgrades, so you can put the extra upgrades in them, and we need them anyway later, because I believe production science needs them. Yep. So I actually have to mass produce those later, and that's a little bit of a task. Advanced electronics gets us access to some quite high-tech stuff at that point. I think the mod, yeah, power armor, signal transmission, higher tier modules. Yeah, we can upgrade our modules. I think they just take 5 of the one beneath. No, oh, they're expensive now. Oh boy. Okay. There's also low density structure, which we don't need for anything yet, but we will need that for the rockets. Mining productivity, that just gives us a bit more out of the ground. Not too key. Military gives us the poison capsules, which are very good for choking out bases. I know people don't use them, but I really rate them. I reckon they're really good. Slowdown capsules, those I actually never do use. The combat shotgun, good for smashing up bases at close range. And poison darts. So physical projectile damage. And that one that we don't research, because the idea of it is just to get rid of excess science. Yeah, I don't know what our best bet is to research first here. There are also some just red and greens, but I might go for speed, and then we'll speed module those blue science assemblers. And that way, because it doesn't use any blue science as well, we can build up a little bit of a surplus. And then we'll decide what we want to do next, because I think we need to plan a little bit here. We need to decide what our next major goal is for the base. Let's go grab some steel. Because at the moment, I don't know what it actually is. Let's also grab some iron while I'm here. Because we just got one of the blue... It's like we just got a milestone down. Now what, basically? They're not producing at a bad speed. Oh. We are short on copper. Yeah, no, we are actually short on copper. Maybe we do need to upgrade those furnaces. Maybe that would be the way to go, to get a... And you're already kind of mining it. Not quite max, but we're mining it. Yeah, no, we could just straight up improve those mines. Yeah, no, yeah, you know what, on reflection, no, yeah, we could improve those mines. Let's add a few more actual mining drills. I think we can add like another 4 to at least get that to max, but yeah, it might be the point where we need to strike out and start, like, capturing some more mining points. I guess another coal one. Not coal, copper one. Should be up there. So we might want to even potentially invest into military tech. And start, like, capturing and securing a larger area. And maybe adding another train line to go and gather it. It's speed. Done. Let's throw productivity in there while we're at it. Copper mine, that was it. I'm trying to remember what I'm doing. Yeah, so these would be the bits we'd be overhauling, with replacing those with electric. I think they are less polluting, but they will put a lot more strain on our power grid. So it might even be worth doing uranium before we worry about that. and potentially just like pull apart the furnaces once we've got a decent reserve of material and do that maybe. We do have to be a bit careful because it shuts the base down for a minute. Oh, we made them. It will shut the base down for a minute while we do that, so we have to be a little bit careful that we don't get ourselves killed by doing that. So we shut down the power and all the biters shut up. Oh, I haven't efficiency'd all of these yet. Should be enough to finish doing that. Actually, since these ones are at the front and they'll always be running, they're the ones that need them most. Mining drills, they're still up at the top, but it's not awful. Yes, you can see now the gap to the belt has shrunk quite a lot. In fact, have we got a full belt's worth now? Not quite. We've nearly got a full belt's worth. Ah, is part of the problem just that the furnaces are running at max already? They're just not fast enough in terms of output. Is this a belt throughput issue? Is this something we can actually improve? No, they actually are smelting everything we're putting in. They just don't have the... Yes, if anything, we could potentially even... The only problem is it's another thing that would increase our power output. We could put speed... I believe we've got infinite ore, so we don't have to worry about running out. We could run a speed module, like one speed module in every one of these mines, as well as the thing, and then upgrade to a red belt and just get more going through it. Like, upgrade this whole belt to red, and then the furnaces are already, like, the ones at the back are already not running, so we can do that. We'd probably want power. To do that, we'd probably want the nuclear reactors running for that, because they're big generation. So we could set that as our next goal. I think we can preemptively start mining. If we decided to do that, and then like start the mining and centrifuging, and then research the power later. Is that what we want very first, or do we want electric energy distribution? How much science do we got in that lab? Not sure. Not a lot. We probably only have enough for one. Oh! We have productivity. I just realised. Okay. So productivity gives you a little bit more out for what you put in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And yes, this works for labs. Oh, I've made one too many. So we can actually use this to get more out of our science packs than we put in. I'd also be tempted, because we've got a bit of power leeway, we're going to put speed in for the other slot. Because one of the things productivity hits is the actual speed that the thing works at. So if we have one productivity in each, the repair turrets will switch on apparently. Ah, that's a new one. They haven't hit that one yet. Do we need to... Let's rig up a flamethrower there preemptively. But I'll quickly finish this bit. So if you notice, productivity plus 4%. Actually, do they hit speed anymore? Yeah, speed minus 5%. These are speed plus 20%, but energy consumption plus 50%. I think productivity also eats more energy. Yeah, so they are doing almost twice as much power now when they're running, but they're going 15% quicker than they were, and they are using what is it, 5% less material? 4%. So we get. I think it's basically every time it finishes a run, it'll add like 4 to a gauge. Every time that gauge gets to 100, you get a free extra output, basically. I don't think we have productivity now. We have lab speed. Let's start on uranium processing. I think that'll be the next thing. We need a bit more power, and then we need to rebuild our furnaces to be electric, basically. I think is what we're going to be doing. The electric ones will eat more power, but we'll have plenty to spare at that point. The generators will actually make less pollution. I don't think nuclear actually outputs much pollution at all. I think also because we'll get the turbines, we could fit those in place of the steam generators, and I think they are also more efficient and have more output. So we can sort of preemptively also improve our old tech before we install the new stuff. Speaking of installing new stuff, I was trying to remember what I was doing there. Flamethrower. Let's move you. I just realised that we have a chain gun sat there. I don't want that getting flamed through. That wall was facing the wrong way. That gate, rather. I thought those automatically aligned themselves to face the right way. I guess I was wrong. There we go. Crude oil connected. Defense is bolstered. Right, if we want uranium, it's there. We need the military up and running again. Speaking of that chain gunner, we might need it. That's only a small base. Probably be okay. Is it still loaded with... It's not loaded with arm-piercing ammo at all. It's loaded with regular bullets. It'll probably be fine. I could make some. Let's make some. Let's make... What's that, 40 rounds? They go further because they do more damage as well, so 30 rounds. That should be okay. We've only got to clear out a base or two by the looks of it on the map, so... Unless our scan data is horribly outdated, in which case it might be way worse than it looks. We will get to find that out. Oh, do we have a way around? I might have to disassemble this and pick it up. I don't know if we can actually get it through. We might need to add that at some point, add a road or a bridge. Yeah, maybe a bridge across the water. So it doesn't actually go into the base. There's a little bridge across there or something. Yeah, across there, specifically. God, look at that. I can't be doing our pollution any favours. Yeah, we've got a ton of wood. If we run out of coal for fuel, we can pop out the wood. It's one of the things we can do now that we've got the... Or once we get the advanced oil processing, we can replace that too and get a better fuel on it. Looks like it's basically follow the railway line, try not to get hit by a marauding train, and then turn north to clear out that base. Yeah, this base here. With that cleared, we could probably connect a second train line. That might be... We'll probably have to have them run on the same line. We might have to do some actual signalling. Which will probably involve me off-screen looking up a guide for how to do that properly. Or do we have that mod that does it automatically still? Can't remember. I'll probably have to look it up. But yeah, they might have to they might well have to unload from the same station. Actually, what I do, if I make a second station, then they'll only have to halt when one of them's actually moving, which would be a little bit of a wait, but they're not running super often, so it should be fine. Yes, and then I know how to do the signaling for that. Yes, if we do a drive to a rock when I'm not looking. Yes, I'll have a branching line that'll come up here. There they are. To do with those by the... Oh, is that the nest there? Oh, wow, it is close. Was this here before? Oh, wow, that went terrible. This is why we save. Okay, so our firepower is not amazing. I wonder what our best tactic is here. Well, we've got the research done already. How much blue science are we still sat on? Nearly out. Okay, so we'll do a lower tier one while we wait. Just think network would be nice, but I don't know that we need it yet. Flame Tumbler is a nice little vehicle choice. Ironclad goes as a boat. Artillery wouldn't be bad. We've got the stuff to make everything for this, I think, now. Why not? Give us some basic artillery. We're going to need that later for the decent one anyway, so... What have we got weapons options-wise? Not a huge amount. Oh. They broke something? What did they break? They broke a gun turret. To make sure that gets fixed soon. Oh, this is a slightly dangerous place to be. Yeah. Let's go now. The main group is left. Let's go. Partly break the tank hitting the trees, but get out of the wood. There's a rock. Ah. Get out of the wood before the spit gets me. Okay. Nanobots can fix it up. Now, yes. So the other thing is, I was thinking I was remembering that right. We will need some sulfur. Now the good news is, we have an oil field right here. Oh, that's a complication. That wasn't on the map. That's a lot worse than the other one. I don't know what the best thing to do about that is, whether it's to try and take it out. Oh god, there actually have been attacks here. Damage has happened, clearly. I think I was planning to connect a repair line up to this and never got around to it. It looks like for the most part they haven't bothered it. But at any rate, that's a problem for future me, because that's where we're going to end the episode. So yeah, next time, I'm going to park us by it. We're going to try and get that uranium connected somehow. Like I say, we do have to run sulfur out to it. I might be tempted to just siphon off a little bit of the crude oil we're already mining and just make a little bit of sulfur on the site. Although we do need water, so it might be better to run it across manually. I'm not actually sure. Because we could also manufacture it, add a fluid wagon to the engines that just brings sulfur down for mining. Not too sure on that one. There's also solid sulfur here, we could bottle some up. We'll have to decide on that, but anyway. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.